Love, peace, and soul, y'all. What's going on? This is Empress. Some people call me Empress. Some people call me Crystal. Yes, this is a different nail channel. We're going to be talking about palmistry, all of that good stuff, a lot of metaphysics. I have another YouTube channel. If you're into astrology, if you're into tarot, definitely check out Empress Phoenix Fyah. All of that will be in the description box. But let's talk about nails. Oh my gosh. Welcome to my first nail video. This has been a long time coming, long time in the making. And I'm glad for y'all to be able to come and join me on this journey. Listen, we are discovering so many of our talents that we have. And why not let that little light of ours shine? Look at that glitter, honey. Oh, yes. So, this is going to be a first video. I'm just going to be showcasing some of my work. Some of the things that I've played with since I started nails. I started nails in 2020, of course, for quarantine. Or so I thought, but originally I started when I was 16, when we get our first, full set. We get obsessed at 16, and I had my little file kit and all of that good stuff. Oh my gosh, look at those pixie crystals. I did all of that, and my father was like, no, sorry. You can't have in here smell like a chemical plant. So, you know how that monomer, and I didn't have the window open, so that was my fault. So that stopped that ambition during that time. But, quarantine was a blessing in disguise, and I picked it up again when nail shops were closed, and then I had moved to a new state. I'm on the West Coast now, coming from New York, living in Phoenix, and just could not find the right nail tech. I just couldn't find, and then the one I did like her work. It just wasn't a vibe. I like to vibe out with my nail techs and develop a relationship. We getting intimate. You all rubbing up on my hands, So, and then with me dealing with metaphysics and everything like that, we know the hands are telltale signs. Okay, they are blueprints of who we are, hun. So why don't we have fun, glamming up our nails, doing our feminine thing, and why not learn about yourself at the same time? Yes, I am nail school educated, you could say. Well, here's the tutorial starting. Yeah, so that was my practice hand that we had got from school. So this is going to be the premise of the first video, guys. I'm showing you how to basically prep your practice hand by putting clear nail polish on that actual surface of the practice hand, so that way it's easier to get the acrylic off. So, in nail school, this is how they taught us to prep our hands. I loved my nail school. Shout out to Academy of Nails in Phoenix. I had a wonderful time there. I learned a lot. And, on the free edge, the edge that is normally, away from the skin or away from the root, that's what you would put towards the cuticle, okay? And then have, basically a reverse tip. So you would file out and round out that free edge that will meet with the cuticle, okay? And fix it and shape it properly. And then, after those couple of coats of top, I usually put 3 coats of top coat. Then you can go in with your acrylic of choice. I have thousands of little pink jars from school. So I was like, let me use that. You get a nice bead that's going to fit. Not too big because it's going to spread forward. And you just place it on the nail bed. Making sure it's not on the side walls, not too close to the free edge, because it's going to, spill forward once you squeeze that nail tip down on there. Place it in, rock it forward, from the cuticle down to the tip. making sure that there aren't any air bubbles. You can see it through the tip. Hold it, and then there's going to be some that may squeeze out through the sides and even also on the bottom. But make sure you hold it, at least a few seconds so that way it can adhere and get all the air bubbles out. And try to get any that is on the bottom as soon as possible before it hardens or before it cures. But, this is how I prep my practice hand. Really simple, really easy. Don't be gigging on my used up. Listen, I got a lot of practicing on this hand, clocking in those hours. All right. For nail school. But I got a nice surprise for y'all. Towards the end of the video, I had to step my game up and get something that is a little bit more akin to my skin, okay? But, we have all clients of all shapes and sizes, honey. All is welcome. As long as you got good vibes, all is welcome. So, guys, tell me in the description box, how have you decided to start your nail career, or if you're already established, how did you start out? That's the main question. How did you start out? No matter where you are on your journey, or where would you like to start if this is something that you're thinking about getting into. It's such a broad field, which I had no clue. I learned so much. I'm also a nurse by profession as well. And I was so surprised at how much anatomy and physiology we had to learn in nail tech school. Wow. I can't wait to do lives, guys, because I like to interact with you. So we could talk, chop it up, share stories, share tips, share pointers. All right. So that hand looks pretty much done. You're going to sit that to the side and let it basically cure for a couple hours. Don't touch it. Don't clip the nails because it's still fresh. It hasn't fully cured yet, So, yeah. And then that's it after a couple hours. And then you can basically clip it down to a natural nail bed, to mimic a natural nail. That was the whole purpose and the whole premise. And then after that, you can either affix, forms, you can glue on tips, or you can just leave it at that size if you're just practicing manicures, gel manicures. I mean, I'm just so in love and obsessed with nails. Honestly, I had to ask yourself, quarantine had us asking ourselves some real deep questions, It made people really start to think about their lives. And I was like, I love being a nurse. I'm good at it. I feel like that was a gift from God, honestly, being a healer. And I said, but what, what is my what are my obsession? And, I have wait till y'all see. I got a slew of products, y'all. I already got a website with my products on there. Y'all see it in the intro. I have Spirit Sprays body wash. My Spirit Spray is basically a mist with essential oils and some fragrance oils. And I'm just obsessed with the creating and making things, and I am obsessed with my nails. I've always, even as a nurse, it's frowned upon to have acrylic nails, but I was like, that's not stopping no show. That's not stopping me taking care of any patients. And I feel with the infection control, as becoming a nail tech, we're taught infection control. So it was just a reminder for me, about, the importance of washing hands, using clean implements, keeping your space clean and things of that nature. It just was a reiteration of that, of what, I've already learned in my nursing career. So me, of course, learning the proper way how to do things, how to apply. I think that also contributes to keeping any germs away. I don't think acrylic nails bring germs. I think it's the nail tech, that doesn't switch out implements, uses the same dirty implements on, different clients, You know, you know, if you're the last client, who knows when they change it out. It may not even be for that day. You know, it could be for that week or whenever things start getting dull, and then they throw out the nail file. So that was one thing I was really surprised about, as like, you know, I don't see a lot of these salons practicing these practices. You know, it wasn't until COVID that they were forced to do extra cleaning in between clients. Hey y'all, we are not done. Don't click off the video yet. This is where we unveil the new practice hand that I had got, that I was like, you know what, I want to invest in something that looks more realistic, of course, for your videos. I love how the name of the brand is Know You. Like, getting to know you, know your gifts, know your crafts, know your weaknesses, turn them into a strength, you know. So, you know, I was looking at the red iguanas. Of course, you do your pricing. And honestly, I got this off of Amazon. It came from China, and I am thoroughly pleased. You know, those of us who are of the darker hue, you know, we have a hard time sometimes finding, you know, representation. But the options are widening. Those are the tips that are included, which I don't think I'm going to be using, as you guys are going to see. But dun da da da. Oh, look at her. What's going on, mama? It's been a while since you came and sat in my chair. Yeah. What happened? You was playing basketball, got your fingers all messed up. Girl, come on. Oh, man. But I absolutely love this hand. I mean, it was surprisingly so soft. I couldn't believe how soft the hand was and how realistic. I mean, I got this off of Amazon. I'm gonna try to, you know, put the link in the description box if I could find a link to this hand on Amazon. But again, as you saw the handle, it's Know You, I think _Cassie on Instagram as well. But I really, really love this practice hand. It's so realistic. I was really shocked at the skin tone too. I was like, wow, I'm going to have so much fun. Guys, we're going to have so much fun. I have so many ideas, you know, and I can't wait to execute them. That's the beauty of, you know, trying new things. You know what I mean? Like, this video is a little choppy, but hey, now I know for next time how to blend and cut better, you know, right? We learn. So, I like I said, look, guys, look, like, it's not, unless I should have reversed it, but I think I'm going to use different tips that are maybe more flat and not rounded. So that way I don't have to use acrylic on this practice hand, because I'm like, I want to preserve this hand. I want to be able to use it for a while. So I really don't want to do the acrylic prep like how I did with the old hand. You know what I mean? So I was like, you know, we're going to experiment. We're going to see what tips we're going to be able to use as the natural nail bed. And I'm loving it. Tell me, guys, how do you love it? Like I said, tell me how you started your nail career. How will you start your career? If you're thinking about starting it, let's get a convo going. I really appreciate you guys taking the time out. Of course, you know, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'm going to see you guys on the check-in. Yeah, honey, I know, girls. Yeah, you know, but, you know. Y'all going to see I'm silly. Peace, y'all.